I'm sure we all started out in our fitness journey in many different ways, right? Maybe you're watching this video and you're actually starting on your fitness journey as well, and you just want perspective from someone else who's a little bit more experienced, right? So when it comes to how I started my fitness journey, right, I've kind of like always like I wouldn't say I've always been working out, but like I did sports as it like some sports I didn't really like them, but like my parents they put me in soccer, I was in t-ball, I was in swim, but it wasn't something that I was doing consistent in, right? And like I would kind of work out here and there or whatever, just getting like short burst of like motivation and only work out for like 3 months. But it wasn't until about 17, right? I started out as like an angry, your stereotypical angry, heartbroken teen, right? And I kind of used that bad breakup as fuel to kickstart. And basically, immediately, like you're like this, like very mad, aggressive teenager that's like, man, what the hell, man? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I went through this. And like immediately, I'm basically like going really hard in the gym, or not in the gym. I'm working out mostly at home, and like this means like going to failure. So I was like immediately trying to push failure for most of my movements, right? I would work out just about every day, or almost nearly every day, for about 3 hours each day, right? I still work out every day, but things are more moderated and I know how to like manage things better. But again, since I was a newbie, right? I mean, I can still be considered a novice since I'm only 3 years into lifting. But as a result, still, I looked great. I started to look a lot better, right? I started to fill out my form and my shape a certain way. My muscles started to sculpt themselves. I started to carve myself out a lot better, right? And now I feel great, right? So as a result of looking great, I feel great, right? And a great reason why I feel great is because my body is doing what it's meant to do, and that is to move, right? Our bodies were made to move. Our bodies were constructed and built in a way for us to be able to move and to be able to, again, just like use our joints and our ligaments and to build our muscles, right? We are meant to move, bro. Our body doesn't have the ability to build for no reason, right? We don't have the ability to get better capacity. We don't have the ability to get better stamina. We don't have the ability to get bigger muscles for no reason, right? All those things are for a reason. And we're supposed to take advantage of that, right? Maybe you don't have to get a big bodybuilder physique or nothing like that, but we're meant to be able to move our bodies, and we're meant to be able to, over time, move our bodies more efficiently, right? It's literally linked to longevity, right? You literally can live longer by moving your body more, just by moving your body more, right? You don't even have to do like hardcore resistance bodybuilder training, strongman training, whatever the case may be. Like just almost the bare minimum, and you're like just ahead of the curve than like 99.9% of the population, right? So like moving on to like later in my journey, right? After seeing initial progress, I was motivated to keep going. I learned a lot more about programming, so things were managed a lot better. I wasn't just doing like whatever exercises I felt like I should be doing, right? I wasn't just like randomly doing whatever. I also wasn't doing a gazillion exercises, right? So my workouts got shorter, and by them getting shorter, they got more efficient, right? A lot of people think that like, the longer they're in the gym each day, the harder they go. Each day, every day, they have to get harder. It has to get harder and harder. It has to get crazier and crazier. That's wrong, that's wrong. It shouldn't be like that. It should be, that's my friend right there, Gio. But it should be that we should be able to do things more efficiently using less time, right? That's like how a lot of businesses work, right? They're able to do things more efficiently without doing as much work or putting up a lot of time, right? So that's how working out should be, right? You should know which exercises are going to help, right? And through this, I learned also more exercise variations. I learned different variations of exercises. I learned different types of exercises and what they can do and how they can target the muscles. Even me kind of like shifting other exercises in a certain way to help for like my build or for my setup. And with all these other things in mind, right, it allowed for me to kind of find more ways to keep my training fun and enjoyable, right? I'm able to do like high rep calisthenics. I can do weighted calisthenics. I can Just you again use weights. I can use barbells, dumbbells, right? I can do everything. I don't have to just stick to one thing or just a handful of exercises, right? Although just a handful of exercises build most of my body, I'm still able to do variations of those exercises, which just, for one, if anything, is going to keep you injury free because you can get like tendonitis or golfer's elbow or wrist pain if you're not like switching things up here and there or rotating properly. You might get some overuse injuries, right? So it's always great to learn new things when it comes to moving our body, right? Because again, our bodies are meant to move in so many different ranges of motion and in so many different ways, right? We can access so many different ranges of movement. We don't have to just stick to like three, right? We don't have to do that. So again, it's just about me moving more throughout my day, which is allowed for my training to be more fun, and I'm able to go a lot harder on that training because it's been so enjoyable. I've been able to make it more enjoyable, right? Like I mentioned earlier, training weights and calisthenics, right? Doing weighted calisthenics, right? Which is like an awesome combination, right? I'm able to combine like the best of both worlds, right? I love doing calisthenics, and I feel like everybody who lifts and works out and wants to build muscle should do those basic calisthenics movements, right? Along with like doing weighted training almost as like supplementation. And then I was experimenting with different ways to exercise, right? If you're new to this channel, I did 243 days straight of daily calisthenics, and a lot of it was like full body training. I gave like a lot of advice on how I trained and how I kind of went through the training and stuff like that, right? Or how I played around with intensity. I played around with different rep ranges. I played around with different ranges of motion, right? I was doing like shorties or half reps here and there. I was experimenting with a bunch of other different exercises, right? That like I've never even seen or heard of. I just kind of like, some of them I might have like made up a little bit or adjusted in a certain way, right? Again, it just allows for so much more experimentation, right? When you already have a great amount of knowledge over time, right? I'm about 3 years into training, and there's so much still that I'm learning, right? I'm learning more about my body. I'm learning more about what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. I'm learning about what exercises I like or what ways I like to train. I'm just learning that like I can do so much, there's so much progress that I can still make because, again, it's only 3 years, man, right? Like some of the most elite, like natural physiques, they've been working out for like 10, 15, 20 years, man. Right? They didn't just start like 5 years ago and whatever, right? And that's what makes it so rewarding too as a natural. You are able to make gains over a long period of time, and every single ounce of muscle you build, you built it yourself, right? You built it. It was all you. That was just all you right there, right? You might see like I have gyno here, but that's because of puberty. I don't take any steroids, right? Some people in the comments have been like, "Stop the juicing, man. Your gyno looks horrible." But it's really just because of puberty, right? But I'm natural. I've never touched anything. And again, like I said earlier, just like 3 years of putting the work in relentlessly, daily, it's allowed for the results to show. And then having an impact on others, right? With this whole fitness and exercise journey, it's been great to see what I've been able to do for other people indirectly, right? I saw friends and family members take their fitness and their health more seriously as a result of purely my own actions without me even having to say something. They'll come up to me and they'll ask for advice, and I'll gladly give them advice, right? Me starting this YouTube channel is a great example because I've seemed to have a much bigger impact on people's consistency with their fitness, right? So many people like to post comments on like how I'm helping them stay consistent just by uploading. And then seeing the impact that I've made on others further encourages me to keep up on my health and fitness journey, right? This is something that I don't want to abandon anytime soon. It wouldn't make sense because I would just be abandoning my health, right? And then, of course, seeing how other people can be impacted just by my actions, just by me wanting to want better from my life, right? Just by me wanting to try just to do something that's different from everybody else, right? Everybody does the same exact things and they have the same exact problems and they get the same exact results. But when you go and do something different and it's working for you, people are going to want to follow. People are going to want to ask for advice, right? And I'm very appreciative for like you guys who have been supporting me whilst I'm like on this content creation endeavor, and it's just like helping me keep going and moving forward. And I want to always keep making progress, no matter what, right? In order to better improve myself, and at the same time improve other people, right? Even if I'm like not there, right? There's people across the world who just like I inspire apparently, and that inspires me, right? It inspires me seeing my friends and my family just wanting to do better. It just makes me want to keep going. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.